Alright, so we're going to choose Gronk. So oddly enough, all these cavemen have different, I guess, stats to them. They do better in certain games. Gronk is as good at all of them, so we're going to choose Gronk. And then we're going to start the games in 3, 2, 1. Let's go. Alright, so our first thing we're going to do is clubbing. So now we got to do the intimidation phase. So we got to dance to intimidate. So it really doesn't matter how well you do here, because what we're going to do is that we're going to club with their feet. And we're going to make them jump backwards. And the name of the game here is to get them to the edge and knock them off. So, there's a couple of different strategies you can take here. So every once in a while, if your fight's going for a long time, there's an asteroid that flies into the background where you can actually scream at your opponent to scare them and make them run backwards as well. You can also point behind them and make them look behind them as well. Alright, and there goes Thag. See ya. So that's a best of 3, so 2 out of 3 fights and Gronk wins. So now we'll be going into the mate toss. So now we're going to be throwing our mate as far as we can.
Oh yeah, I told him I already hollered at him. Get Zach over.
Alright. So for an all rolls record run, you kind of hope that they bounce a little bit on their neck. Otherwise, you don't get the world record very easily with this. So, oh yeah, there we go. And if she does a special dance, that's a world record throw. Yep. Something awesome about this game too is that all the world records that you break don't save because the game doesn't have a battery in it. So no matter what you do, there's always a record to break. This is probably one of my favorite games. Mini game.
It's so silly.
Yeah. This was, I think it's typically called like UG Olympics on the PC and stuff like that, so. Alright. So this one you have rotate the keypad pretty much in tandem with their spinning. Otherwise, if you don't, your caveman will stall. And you won't throw very far. And then once you get there, you have to hold A to angle it to a certain degree as well too. But since we've already like got past the record, essentially, we don't care on distance at that point. This is probably the second hardest minigame, Dino Vault. So the record for this is 29 feet, but we're gonna put it up to 25 real quick just to see if I remember how to do all this. So this is all about mashing A. All right. So that's 25 right there. So once you get over the dinosaur, you vaulted successfully. So it's all about mashing A and getting the timing of the pole vault. So you want to be at like an 85 degree basically when you let go of the vault itself. All right. So we're gonna go for the record here. Oh, we're a little too far away. Let's see if he makes it. Oh, barely makes it. So you get to see a little flat dance now. Yep, there he goes. All right. Let's see if we can get eaten by the dinosaur. Oh, this one might be a little short to get eaten, but we're gonna go into the chasm anyway. Bad vault. Alright, Dino Race. So this one, sometimes the dinosaur wants to listen to you and sometimes it doesn't. Again, this is another mashing A race. Alright, so the name of the game here is that we can hit right to any time on the D-pad to make our dinosaur go basically Mach speed. You would think that when you jump, you want to be somewhat close to the item when you jump. That is not the case. You want to be about a little quarter of the inch away from the shadow, like actual quarter inch on the screen, in order to make it over the obstacles themselves. So here eventually we're going to hit our top speed. So here we don't have to jump at all. The game will do everything for us for a short amount of time. If we do hit our dinosaur in the head too many times, it does become confused and it'll start running backwards. Also, if we don't make these jumps, the dinosaur will just trip over the rocks and fall over. It's a pretty good time. This is probably where, if you were going for record of any sort, this is where the runs would probably most likely end. Alright. Now we gotta wait for Vincent and his slow dinosaur to cross the finish line. There we go. The next one we have here is fire starters. So this one here is whoever can make the fire the fastest wins. And this is probably the most technical of the mini games. So we have to mash A again. This game's all about mashing A. And you're gonna see little particles going down into the fire there, or into the pile. So what we want to do is we want to do short inhales and long exhales. We gotta be careful of the birds above our head. If we get 3 birds above our head, we get dizzy and then we're stun locked for a little bit. So you can also bash your opponent on the head too to make them stop breathing and making fire as well. A lot of times the CPU will come at you with that, and you have to be ready for it. So you have to like duck down when they start to swing at you. Kind of like just like that. So here you just want to mash down until you get some smoke. Short inhales, long exhales. You want to make sure you do the inhales, otherwise you'll create the birds around your head. Alright. So I believe now we have the saber race, which is the final race of all the games. This one here is basically complete RNG because there's a ton of rubber banding in this. So what we want to do with this is that we're going to be mashing A. We're going to be mashing A and pressing B to get over these bushes and hope we don't get eaten by a saber. And if we can catch up to Thay, we can throw him behind us like that, and hope he gets eaten by a saber. And we can just run home free now. This game does ruin your forearms pretty quick though, since it's all about mashing A. And that is time.
8:21.
Awesome.
Pretty good.
About a minute off my PB, so.
Hey, well done, man.
That's Caveman games, so. It's an easy game to get a hold of. Like I had the old record for a while at 7 minutes, and then someone came in and found new tech where they found ways to like skip like the cutscenes and whatnot in between. And basically, once you've broke the record, they found ways to skip the rest of the events as well too. It's like the record now is like 4 minutes.
Oh, wow.
So it's an incredibly easy game to get into. There's no glitches at all. So, but it's fun.
Well, thank you very much.
Yeah.
Thank you for being a part of NES Block. Thanks for the run.
Yeah, thank you for letting me show it off.